Welcome aboard, all aboard, for How Not to Game with Cali Jack on the Rex channel. I'm Cali Jack. This is the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game. One of these days I'll say it without a stutter. And the temptation to take and channel a certain famous cartoon pig and saying that's all. Anyhow, we did get our industry growth, like about 10 seconds after I closed the last session out. So, as we begin our long-awaited coffees, our long-awaited many things, it's time to begin looking at how to clean up and begin servicing this guy who has 4 new scrap yards plus the incinerator. So looking at him and going to the map, I tried to see where the scrap yards were. Well, one's just down the road from the previous scrap yard, so we might just do a spur to get him around. Another one's over here at not what that is what Ashton. No, that's Springmouth. That is Springmouth. So Springmouth, we've got one on the road between Renchester and Barring Cross, Barcrocs, and one between inside town of Renchester. So this is going to be an interesting hookup. I've also got an oil well that I need to start thinking about how to get him over to deliver oil to the peat moss. So all of these, and then there's the sawmill. We've got Lone Woods Logging needs to get some down to Larry's Lumbers. Further, I still have the Perry's Plankers to take and do to the furniture shop. So we've got a lot of industry to start servicing. Plus, there's a whole other incinerator train right there at Pineville and Newchester. And he taps out all the existing ones that were already there, including the pine picker's yard inside Pineville. So that's a lot of stuff. And then go to the refinery, and there's a lot of things we hadn't serviced off the refinery yet. A whole lot of things we haven't serviced. We've got Deseret Crude and Peat Bog have been tied in. We've tied in 2 of the oil wells, so those are good. What we haven't tied in is this oil well up here. And we haven't tied in the other oil field, which is the one down here. And this oil well goes there too. So I might just do a relay over to the oil field and then one train from the oil field over. A lot of things to take and do. Not much time to do it in. I had kind of set 50 episodes as the limit on this one. Don't know if that's going to hold up or not. We'll find out. We're 5 minutes wasted already into this one, or 4 minutes. Let's get some rock and roll going, or some railroad road. So again, looking at that, I've got to get down to Renchester first. I think servicing Renchester would be a good idea, but I also want to clean up the power lines here at Trashy Generations. Also need to give this guy a name. And I think we're going to call him Incendiary electro. So the incendiary electro setup is what we're going to be dealing with. Over here at Renchester, we're going to go ahead and change the name of Renchester to something else. So I think it would be a good one to call Rooster's Perch. Call this the Perch Pick Yard. Figure the pickers go through it first and then they send the rest to take and burn. That's not recyclable. Down the road, there is a point where the incineration plants or the junkyards also begin setting metals that they've pulled out to the smelters. I can't remember if that was this game or OpenTTD. I think it's OpenTTD. Yeah, OpenTTD does that. This one doesn't. Yes, I do play both. I'm just not as good at OpenTTD. So, time to start thinking how I want to do my layout for this. And the first thing I want to do is get those basic rail lines in, find a spot where I can climb up onto that ledge right there. There we go. Get him up, a couple over to there. Fix that brake before I take and have it bite me. And we're going to do another climb here. Inside the siding. Hate it when that happens. There we go. And now we got to have our climb there. Do a little jog there. A little run there. And then we do have a dispatch yard in decent distance. So I'm just going to extend this all the way through so that he does come close enough to the manor there, the old castle. And we will bring him like this, and then like that. There we go. Down the road, we can use this dispatch line to service this for tourism, because that's going to be a good tourist spot. Generates 120 tourists and 120 pieces of mail. Sorry, not enough coffee in me yet to keep dealing with this. We're going to go ahead and take out that. This section of line needs to go bye-bye. So let's get rid of that section of the power line. Back to there and around here. Costly mistakes, but, and I think I'm going to actually pull down the power line here to connect into our new generation plant as part of one grid. So this will all be one grid instead of two grids. So instead of three grids, I will now have just one. Get my generation going. I kind of like doing this. Costs me a little bit more, but you know what? Lines it up so it looks a lot better graphically. Less jarring. And I had a whale of an idea. Take out that stretch, kill the road, kill that. grab this guy. We are going to take and do a rerow. Roll in this way, unload right here, turn them around on a horseshoe and send them back out on this line. Apologize for the coughs here, guys. Fix that little break right there. Get my signals set up, put the doubles here and here. The one-ways in the right direction so that one's each way. And same here. But here we're going to do two sets of signals along the stretch because we're going to have pull in, and then this is the actual platform section here. So we're going to have him be Platform Mania, and we're going to go ahead and do a 5 long platform on this one. We're going to see just how far we can push those little train engines and how much money we can make. All right. Unpause the game. I should have done that right off the bat. One advantage to OpenTTD, it does force you to do that. So, knowing that I want that guy and the waste cars behind him, and I can do a 5 deep. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. So this is my generation point. 5 deep. And this one's going to be a generation point, and he's also 5 deep. Cool. We're going to copy that convoy, not have to take and rebuild him. So there's 2 of those trains available, 1 for each of those guys. And it's time to start with the Rooster's Perch one first. And bring him up to here. I think that's actually going to be Rooster's Wreckers. And call the combustible carriages. Go out there and go ahead and rename that to Rex's Wreckers. So we've got the companies named. Everything's looking a lot better. Now we can go off the Perch Pick Yard one. Same thing. We are going to take and set it to 100%. And then I do have to go back in and fix that line. So this is the Perch Pyro. Perch Pyromaniac. Putter. Start him off. Come to this guy. Go back into Rex's line. And do that one little fix, which is to tell it I want 100% out of that yard. I want a full train. Scrap does not make money without a full train. So we're 14 minutes in. All we've got is 2 trains dispatched, a line set up, and connecting the power line to an already existing setup. So let's go ahead and extend the power lines while we're at it and start expanding this grid. And I'm just going to basic the grid as much as I can, just rough it in. Avoid that duck pond. Got to be environmentally happy. A building blocks away. Doing that to my sub. There we go. Do a substation there, and we're going to pull this guy from this side. Actually, I'm going to pull him from this side, and we're going to do the same thing. One out. I think we can just dig our way through that. Get him to there. There's the connection. And then start getting some over here to the bare bones. And then we got to get over to Rex's as well. Off that same line, we're going to go from Rex's. There we go. Do a single turn, power Rex's, and then we can get to this guy in a few minutes. Let's see if we can do this. Do a level spot and a slope spot. We're going to put on the level that guy. Power line comes in like that. Works. Works. We are getting fairly good at what we do. The other new thing is the more power we generate or need to generate, the more trains we need to take and roll in. And as you can see, those great big trains are going to make us some money. And I did say I was also going to fix that train and get him onto the cheaper, more hopefully profitable line. He's not going to make much down there. 760 bucks. So I ain't counting on these guys for anything other than to get me the trash to the spots that it needs to go to. You, sir, are going to take and go and be reworked. As soon as you're done, once you unload, you're going in and we're going to take and rebuild you. Go to that depot. As he heads into the depot, he'll auto close for me. I got to come over here and make certain that that one has been extended for the bigger train. Make certain which train is which. Yes, okay, so he does need to be extended. Let's go ahead and extend that. And I'm going to do a out the back as well. One more. There we go. Close the rail, put that guy right there. Make our little connection so that he's powered up. With power to them, they're going to generate more trash because they're able to take and sort the trash faster and get the combustible parts back out. It It is taking time to load those trains, though. Take a peek at it, and it's let's see. I got too many windows open. I think he's about 3/4 full. I think I hit my button for the vehicle labels. Yeah, I did. Okay. Now it'll hover. Okay, so we've got that one going. That loop will be good. That'll be good. And then we've got to get down to here further and then over this way to the other two. So we've got that set up. Fix this train. We're going to pull that, go to a put in front on the little guy. Come to the cars. I need to do an append, not a put in front. Still on the bones and trash. So bones and trash has been upgraded to a much more massive train. And he is a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. And with that, each of our setups is looking good. We now have some longer, cheaper trains, hopefully. And one thing I can do to take a look at it is let's take a piece at waste. And while these guys are not making money yet, it might change down the road. Rex has only lost 460. That might be dispatch. 450. That might be dispatch. Hunk of Trasher. Only 302 in the hole. 1100 in the hole for the Skip Trasher. And Bones was 3,800, but that was on the old train. We know we're just dispatching the new one. That's going to cost us a ways, but I think that will be a cheaper run. And we'll see what we're looking like in a couple of years. I do realize I think I missed the 75 financials. Sorry about that, guys. We'll take and see what we can do down the road at 76 with the January 76 report. We're in July of 75. Things are looking good. I'm Callie Jack. Thanks for watching episode 33 here on How Not to Game with Callie Jack of the Simatran Sessions, the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game. Have a better day than I'm having, and try to stay safe.